Yes, we're just waiting for a couple of more participants to come in. Yeah, so we welcome Jaideep Kar Sahab, and we have also been joined in by Madam Alka Joshi. So let's. So hello and welcome to this inaugural edition of Tech Tuesdays, uh, and welcome to all the campus technology officers. This is a term coined by Rethink India. जब कोविड स्ट्राइक किया एंड लॉकडाउन वाज स्ट्रेट अवे अनाउंस्ड, पूरा देश तो सांसत में था. एवरीवन वाज इन अ फिक्स, ये क्या हो गया फ्रॉम द इकोनॉमिक फ्रंटियर्स. बट वन सेक्टर व्हिच डिड नॉट स्टॉप and did not lose hope was probably the education sector. And as Professor S.S. Mantha, the former chairperson of All India Council of Technical Education, puts across and very liberally कि हिंदुस्तान में ये एकेडमिया ही है जिसने इस देश में सिविल वॉर को रोक रखा है. सो आर एडुकेटर्स आर हमारे शिक्षक, क्योंकि गुरु पूर्णिमा भी आ रही है अभी 24 जुलाई को, एंड देन वी विल बी हैविंग द टीचर्स डे. सो इन इंडिया तो एवरी डे इज अ टीचर्स डे. सो आर एकेडमिया हैज समहाउ गिवन दैट सोशल स्टेबिलिटी deep within, despite whatever challenges accrued. Our campuses, especially the campus technology officers, maybe this is not a very formal designation, but we want to coin this term that whosoever is looking after the entire technological aspects on campuses, they need to be cheer-led, they need to be commemorated, and their stories need to be told to the larger world. What is happening today is that the larger discourse is from a technology provider's perspective rather than a technology consumer's perspective, because the contours of technological development, they are so very important that sometimes technology is imposed upon the user. And if we see a campus, it has got its own educational processes, and thankfully the new education policy has come out, has formally segmented the technological use cases at the administrative level, at the faculty level, at the students level. So technology has to be accepted, technology has to be deployed from a very first principles perspective. So today we just felt ki why not create this series where every Tuesday we will be coming along with a campus technology officer, someone who has really curated. It's an odd time for our schools for that matter. But yes, at Rethink India Prime Time at 7 p.m. Each weekday, we are coming with one or the other interesting themes. Yesterday, we inaugurated something called Mantras of Management on Mondays. So today is Tech Tuesday, and so we have Mr. Jaideep Kar with us. So let's open up this conversation with him today. I would request Jaideep sir to introduce himself, his affiliations, and what he thinks about this entire subject per se. Because somewhere or the other, we, in our own personal opinion, enforcing upon technology from a sales perspective alone probably doesn't work, and every campus has its own dharma, has its own intricate design. So if there is an officer, if there is an office out there which really thinks and takes all the I would say use cases, all the usages, so I think technology evolution can be very good. So I would like to bring in Jaideep Kar sir to just initiate this inaugural edition of Tech Tuesdays. So
Thank you, sir. Actually, this is a very interesting program. As I saw today, that's a link came to is floating a lot of WhatsApp group and other group. I found that this program is quite interesting, and as this age, technology is important, and every schools, every home, every industry, everywhere the people are running with the technology. Actually, technology is assisting to upscaling our skill, which is the more important. And as your program says, is a chief technology officers in schools, home and places. Yeah, definitely. We need them, because unless without their help and without the technological concept which is upgrading day by day, if you look at the pandemic initial stage, the technology which we used to use, and secondly after a couple of months, every technology people, and even from Microsoft and the Zoom, the Google, and all these people has upgraded their technology as user friendly by us. by which the stakeholders can use properly, and they can apply in as per their requirement for their either industry or education sector, either in a shopping or other online sectors. So, and the topic you have chosen for the, I hope the people, those who are watching this live, all this program, or those who have joined, and the people, those who are going to speak about this, definitely it will beneficial for each and every person
Mhm.
who is linked with the live only. It
Mhm.
sounds interesting, and I hope that whatever discussion will happen, I'll take away something that will help me for a further enhancing my skill also. Definitely. Thank you.
So you come, sir. Your brief introduction of yours would be really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I was quite following this your rethink channel. I was presently I'm the principal of some of the school. Beside this, I do counseling for all over India as a
Okay.
CBSE telecounseling,
Okay.
as well as you are know the Manadarpan NCRT counseling and CBSE helpline is working all over India. So I'm
Mhm.
one of the member who is working for the children and the other people whenever they give a call
Wow.
and
Wow.
they
So
give a writing.
which city you are from, sir? Which?
Actually, basically, sir, this helpline is given to each whatever cities. Maybe it's not online. You can
Acha,
do it.
it's an online one. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
online, sir. It's a telecall comes
Yeah.
from the children calling from that. So we can address each and every corner. I got a call from Hyderabad. I got call from Jaipur, Ahmedabad, Indore, Bhopal. It's
So,
in
so in this
Coimbatore.
helpline, so this is a technological enabled platform. So the teachers across the schools are connected to that.
Basically the we are addressing the teacher, parents and student and teacher, whoever calls, I'm giving the call on that toll free number. It's a government
Mhm.
of India also, they have created toll free number.
Mhm.
CBSE also created a toll free number.
Mhm.
So whoever, not myself only, there are a lot of people, there are about 75 people associated with CBSE. A lot of more than 600 people are associated with Mandadarpan. There may be more, I don't know, but still these people are helping this stage to all the people, like for the children and the teachers, whoever calls, and their career choices, their mental health, and
Okay.
they are facing a problem, COVID line, all these things. Whenever they give us a call, that call is
So,
recorded in.
so what curiosity comes to me because you are such an expert in the psychological counsel, because mental health is becoming quite a challenge for our young learners these days. How much technology is adding up to the stress level? Because see, one of the core themes which we'll be covering week on week is like the optimal utilization of technology. Because
Right.
in our other interactions, when we interact with the teachers, they say screen time is one of the parameters they want to really optimize it, because going forward. So in your exercise, how do you cope it up ki the technological stress? Because infinite hai, you take up any OTT platform, the content is almost infinite. Earlier we
Yes,
used
yes.
to had a book. So a book, you have to study, you have to read, and it is a finite content you have. So the infinitum of the content because of technology is something, it adds to the stress factor. So what kind of different stresses you have identified which are coming on count of technology alone? That will be really instructive on this
Uh,
inaugural session. Yeah.
Sir, it's a very interesting. I like this talk, the way you ask the things, and I want to elaborate it in front of the public and the live session. Thing
Uh-huh.
is that when technology comes to the factor, whenever I just find out uh, when initially many people are not technology friendly. So initially when COVID forced us, and the COVID has given an opportunity. You can talk it an opportunity to work on more technology. So then people who are from A level to B level to C level, everyone started jumping immediately to technology, how they can help you.
Mhm.
So that is started, and everybody has started working on technology. But think it has created stress for the people.
Mhm.
How stress? So I'm telling those who are very skilled, they thought that that new technology coming, whether I'm aware about it. First point.
Mhm.
Second, people though are not knowing ABC of the technology, they thought we have to depend on others.
Mhm.
Third point is those who are knowing something about technology, they become a boss at the home or industry and the school sector or education sector.
Mhm.
Now thing is that actually technology has created some of the pressure of the people, but which are the technology is applicable to as per your norms, as per that much technology you
Yes,
have to learn on.
yes,
People or
yes.
what, they are jumping in different sectors and different software, not like that. You must be master at least one or two which is user friendly to you also, and can be, it can be utilized for your organization.
Jaideep sir,
That you have to learn.
Jaideep sir, I would just stop you a bit because you have enunciated a wonderful aspect. See, it is
Yes,
not the skill of a technology. Anything you will use, every era has its own technology. But what
right
you
sir.
have said is becoming self-aware of your own needs, your
Yeah, yeah.
own requirements, and then pick up from the larger bouquet and how
Yeah.
much to utilize, what all to utilize. I think that remains the bottom line. And thankfully, uh, what you have said is picking and choosing and structuring. What is happening otherwise is in the academic context, lots of products are being imposed upon the campuses. We have this
Yes, yes,
product, we
agree.
have this product, we have this product. Now stitching together the uses of those projects, because all of a sudden these huge power came to the campuses, and
Yes.
that's where the role of, I would say, the campus technology officers have
Yeah,
also
yeah,
become
agree.
the campus thinking officers, because they
Yeah,
would
yeah, agree.
they
I'm just telling you that a lot of, sir, just 1 minute,
yeah,
with your
please,
permission, I'm sharing.
yeah,
I have seen a lot of organization, lot of schools, lot of industry. They actually create a SOP immediately. These are the technology we are going to use.
uh,
Further that we are not going to whatever the floating to us. So they
yes.
have fixed into one or two technology, created a SOP and created a guideline,
Hmm.
the part of the cycle for that, and they started working on that. Actually, whichever organization has started on that way, they have really succeeded on this virtual platform. This is
Hmm.
my practical experience I am sharing with you. That was
Hmm.
the thought. So the chip, as much on that, the SOP who has created for the organization, he or she may be the chief technology officer of that
Hmm.
organization, and they
And
have done it.
as
And
we discussed, in yesterday's episode, that this SOP has to remain mobile, it has to remain relevant, because what
yeah,
is happening is, one is obviously the utilization of a video conferencing tool or this and that, because all of a sudden, as you said, that a kind of a calamity fall upon us. So when a
yeah,
crisis comes, so whatever comes to you, you just adopt it. But now it is the time for adaptation, because
yeah,
technology, the powers and technological paradigms which are there in this space, I think our educational institutions are probably not even aware of. For example,
yeah,
I give you an example, and I want to
right,
draw it from the processes. One of the biggest stress factors, and we conducted a Rethink India explainer on the new CBSE schema. There was a
yeah,
lot of concern, 40, 40, 30, whatever the ratios were given, and different views were telecast by people. But what we felt, that it was for the first time that a linear 3 hour wonder of
yeah,
an academic outcome, say Hatkar, the senior body has come out with a differential analysis. The
agree.
consistency is being checked upon, and the pragmatic, and the second thing was the agency of evaluation was returned back to the school, and in turn to the faculty per se. Somehow or
Right.
the other, the linearization of the technology, I would say, Nandan Nilekani used the term digital colonization. So
Yes, yeah, digital
one of the
conversation. Yes.
parallel challenges of the technological use case we are finding is that one player would control it all. So rather than promoting personalized learning, a uniformalized learning. So there is a competition between the use cases of technological adoption, and
Yeah,
which will
agree.
somehow, in one direction, if we will go, so it will make the schools irrelevant, it will make the faculty irrelevant somehow, because you can then have, say, for every subject, some handful of master trainers, and using this
Uh,
power, you can broadcast it, or maybe use, that is one paradigm. The
yeah,
other paradigm is obviously, can we go deeper? Can we use this to exponentiate our educational engagement? Now, a faculty of history can really create smart tools to know at the concept level
yeah,
how the kid is doing. Because in a CBSE exam paper, by whatever the guest papers are, whatever the things are, you're just checking the macro view of things.
Yeah.
So for example, digital portfolios. There are around 3 dozen uh, apps which are there in the market, which gives a student to record each and every aspect of their learning. तो ये
Yeah.
नहीं है कि मैंने किसी एक 3 घंटे के इम्तहान में कुछ दौड़ ज्यादा लगा दी
Hmm.
तो मेरा 99 पॉइंट समथिंग 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 एंड मेरा वो तमगा जो है वो इट बिकम्स फॉर लाइफ. So here in this series where we would be listening the stories and experiences of our campus technology officers, we would
Yeah.
also be bringing in some of these futuristic frontiers of technology which can be adopted into the and it will de-stress the whole academic environment. If I'm
Yeah.
singing, I have no place to put up my music portfolio. If I'm a
Yeah.
painter, where I will put it and showcase at a single place. So from this is an orientation, this is an inauguration. We'll keep it very short so that we can move on. So we will
Yeah.
be bringing in one or the other very specific technological area every Tuesday. We will be listening the stories of each of the campus technology officers as to how they deploy technology, and
Very nice.
we respect that. We respect their fighting spirit, but yes, there is a it just the end of a grand beginning, I would rather say, because
Uh,
this online mode of education is not going to stop. If the schools or if the learning ecosystem has to compete and become globally best, I think this is a great way. At 7 p.m. in the evening, you can have a follow-up class with your students. It doesn't matter ki bhai in this 7 o'clock in the so a lot of personalized learning can happen this way. A lot of experiments can happen this way.
agree.
So
Agree. Agree.
so the psychological burden of one size fit all examination, the differential examination, probably would be catered because you come from that helpline, the manovigyan part of it. Ki bhai, it's my constant evaluation. In fact, CBSE had to drop the constant evaluation into later years because the technological platform or probably the community was not ready to embark upon the technological transformation of education. सब कुछ
Yeah.
फिजिकल में होना है, वही कॉपियां चेक होनी है, तो it would really create a lot of challenge over there. So
Yes, sir. I hope what my perception says, not only CBSE cases, many of the examination board and university, they will come whatever you are calling the hybrid model future. The physical will become and the online will come, and definitely, I think both models should come because the one level your one skill and second level your the technological skill, it will enhance and it will give perfection also because when you're talking skill in the other thought about the future,
yes,
so technology has to come and we have to be adopted and everybody is adapting. I hope in whole in India, all corner accepting that. I have seen the schools who have started initial level. The day the lockdown started, they have started their technology friendly school. And slowly, few people understood after the 30 days or 2 months. Now we have to also come in the same row. So they have also, they are also doing. And I hope but that is a pros and cons. Few of the areas on corner we have not reached technologically,
yes.
but definitely these people are also in the flow and it will come one day.
I think there are 3 levels of
Yeah.
technological adoption largely which come, and Jaideep sir will agree with that. One is obviously the digital divide, the resource crunch part of it, that segment. Obviously,
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
where the public investment and with the new education minister from the land of Jagannath who has come, so probably that digital divide would be further bridged in. The second is obviously those who have been forced somehow. एक hesitant है because you are a psychologist, you handle those helplines, तो एक force से वो कर रहे हैं. And I think there is still a very substantial component of campuses
The
which are
things,
fascinated about technology, which
sir,
are
those,
yeah.
yeah, agree, sir. As you said, the people are forcefully doing. No,
हाँ,
initially they are forcefully doing,
अच्छा,
but it will be
अच्छा.
it will be favorite for them
So
afterwards.
if this certificate is coming from your side, I think this is quite a, I would say, a
Yes,
fact.
sir. I have seen people are working many senior level people. If you look at a lot of the senior leaders, they are very good communication. They are very good in writing, but they are not technological friendly. They need a PA or something to assist for the technology. And some young chap is sitting in the office and he is really controlling everything. You will find a lot of principal, whatever they are saying, enemy technology leaders. I have found they are technologically, they are thinking now we have to start on this road.
Mm.
So
I think
definitely,
Jaideep sir, the area which he is pointing around it is the attitudinal challenge. कि भाई we are in our comfort zones, and in order to learn a
yeah,
new
yeah, yeah,
platform,
yeah, yeah.
obviously an effort, a conscious effort has to be made. So I think this technological transformation is also a lot of attitudinal transformation. As
Yes,
yesterday we had said that one person contributing in a team. So
yeah, yeah.
new paradigm of working is evolving. Now the teacher knows the attendance will be auto done. So the time which was wasted in physical attendance, and if you can download the data and analyze it, how much time the person was actually in the session. So things are evolving around that. So it's a mix of hard power which technology is bringing in, and I think on the same side a bit of this human aspect of adoption, the change
Right.
management part of it, because
Yeah, change management.
the technology alone just cannot transform the whole ecosystem per se. So it
No.
is the tools, and also I would say the tinkering of the mind. Yes, this is positive. And if there are gaps, so giving the feedbacks, reducing it across. If the screen time is high, how we can improve upon our eyes, doing the like some of the schools we have interviewed last year, they said
As you said, as you pointed one point, the screen timing. I'm talking about the screen time is different for the children, screen time different for the adult, screen time for the housewives and the managers.
yeah, yeah,
So you need to measure how much screen time you in the screen, and how
yeah,
much if you're watching a lot of TV. So let reduce your screen time
yes,
into
yes,
laptop. If
yes,
you are children, you have to
yes,
reduce, because there's a certain norms, and you have to think about your eyes and health. So you have to measure yourself. So
yes.
if you look at, sir, your screen time and my screen time, my son and my wife, if my relatives, or everybody's screen time will be different, and people has to think how much pressure you are getting. If you are a very so
Lovely,
you have to
lovely.
give a gap in between to stop
Yes,
your
yes.
mental to give your mental to make your mental healthy and well-being. You have to stop in between the screen time
So
and
what,
detoxification of the digital tech.
yes,
That
yes.
has
So
to be taken care. Yeah,
what a lovely inaugural session, and what a lovely guest by serendipity, because we believe in, like, let the like-minded people come in and let this discourse keep on evolving and adding up. Sir has said a beautiful thing, that it is not in the binaries. We cannot curse technology, or we cannot become a blind cheerleader of technology. The continuum is there. We have to
yeah.
be self-aware about our use cases at an individual level,
Mm.
and the focus of this Tech Tuesdays is to uh, to transform these campus technology officers into real titans, to really understand how much a very well manicured kind of an ecosystem which they have a huge challenge in front of them to really evolve India's education excellence. Thanks a lot, sir, for joining in. We will stop here. And this
Yeah,
was the inaugural edition of Tech Tuesdays. We will be back on next Tuesday with a very eminent guest, and also the campus technology officers sharing their stories with us, and also a theme around which, because
yeah,
we at Teaching India believe in a first principles adoption. It is not
yeah.
a technological company. The idea is to have a learning dashboard. Now it can be deployed by any of the behemoths, the
I agree.
commercials, the service availability, or whatever. So it is a kind of a training. It is a kind of an orientation we want to give to our campus technology officers as to how, and sir used the term very beautifully, the standard operating procedure. So a whole technological plan, the deployment, the operations, and futuristic evolution. Thanks a lot, sir, for being with
Thank you.
us and giving us your insights from a really psychological perspective, because that remains the bottom line that
Yeah,
baffles us all. और आई थिंक अगर हमने उसको टेक केयर कर लिया, तो मे बी द नंबर ऑफ कॉल्स विच आर कमिंग ओवर ऑन द हेल्पलाइंस, the parameter of the success should, that they should drop it. There has to be
yeah, yeah.
stability, there has to be happiness out there. So we will close